Hi, I'm Raphael and these are my 38 countries. Sibiu is a very pretty city, I would say. It's not very big, but it's definitely worth a visit, like a couple of days. You can quickly see the whole city, enjoy some nice food here, even do some hikes around the area. There is a big outdoor museum called the Astro Museum, which can be worth a visit, especially in summer, I would say. In winter, it's maybe a bit cold. And yeah, I think you can just have a pretty good time here. Look around this, isn't that beautiful? It's an average night, but it's beautifully lit. Today we're in Cluj in Romania, and as you can see, it's also one of these cities that's really beautifully lit at night. Here we're actually in the central park, more or less, which can be nice. It's a Sunday evening, it's really lively still, and yeah, many nice parts of it to walk around. I can really understand why a lot of people from around here, or maybe generally from Romania, would want to live here and not relocate to a richer and more expensive country. I would say it's quite beautiful here, and the infrastructure is pretty good. There's a lot of transportation and conveniences like e-scooters from the well-known apps like Lime. And on top of that, there's a pretty good airport here. So if you have your home base here, I think it's easy to reach clients throughout Europe. So you're not like cut off from the world. The city is actually very nice. It's not too big, not too small. Around 300,000 people living here. And I would say the center of the town, old town, is very pretty to go out. You just take a walk, have a drink, and so on. Be it at night, during the daytime. It's really easy to navigate. The air quality is really good here compared to some other cities in Romania, like Cluj, for example, that in my view was a bit too crowded, too much traffic here. It's still kind of okay. And that, I would say, makes it a really nice place to spend some time, be it a month, or even be it having your home base here, or spending a year here and seeing if you like it in the longer run or not. So there seems to be a lot of stuff going on here, which is cool. Lots of activities on Sunday afternoon, even when it's slowly getting colder and summer is slowly ending, fall is arriving. On the other hand, the city is, to be honest, is not super beautiful. Romania has smaller cities that are much more beautiful, like Brașov, for example, or also Sibiu. So if you're looking for, I don't know, pretty buildings, let's say, hard to find here. Hey guys,
hey.
We just came out of this great tour from Alin. He's doing awesome food tours here in Bucharest. So if you want to learn a bit about local Romanian cuisine and especially local stuff here in Bucharest, definitely check out his tour. And we're going to put the link in the description so you can find it there, the booking link. So Alin, why should we join your tour?
You should join my tour because Bucharest is full of tourist traps, and you will land in some restaurants that doesn't have the local taste, and because it's super hard to find the ones that are following the recipes from our grandmas, and you have to come to my tour and discover them together with me, and after this to have knowledge of all Romanian cuisine, you'll know what to eat. So yeah.
So this is a bit interesting. That behind me, I think, is the energy ministry, or at least it says so here. So I figured the whole building is the energy ministry, and they have like a giant LED based loading bar. It seems you can get taxed residency here more or less immediately by starting a limited in Romania. So you don't necessarily have to spend a certain number of days physically here if that's a concern for you. Because in some countries you basically need a new tax certificate from the new country if you relocate. And in many countries of the world you need to actually stay for a certain period of time within a year to achieve that. So getting that immediately can be a benefit. Another factor might be that banking seems to work relatively well. Both Revolut and Wise, for example, will accept you here. So it's not like Cyprus, where currently it's really hard to get a bank account for your limited. Here you are accepted, and you of course have many local options as well if you don't trust Wise and Revolut and all these fintechs. And also, even though Romania does not have the euro as the local currency, it is part of the SEPA. So if you do business in euro, it's really easy to receive payments in euros, even if it's not the official currency here. Another factor that might be important for you if you're a digital and remote entrepreneur is if you base yourself out of Romania, it might be a great idea to have a local director as well, like next to you, and due to the low level of salaries here, that's not very expensive. So if for whatever reason you need a local director to have some substance here in Romania, if that's supposed to be your company base, then that's quite an affordable option here. Another factor in my view is that Romanian is a Romance language, so it's actually based on Latin, and it is a bit similar to Italian. So if you are from Europe, it might be much easier to actually pick up some Romanian compared to some other languages in the world, or even in this part of Europe, like Hungarian, for example, which I think is much more difficult to learn since it's just so unique, whereas Romanian is more similar to other Romance languages. So that can be a factor if you want to stay a bit longer here and actually learn the language in like a couple of months, which I think is really doable if you put an effort into it. So just to give you an example of the language, intrare is, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but intrare, it's the word for entrance. And then another good argument is taxation. So of course there's more attractive countries in the world, no doubt about that, but I would say it's a pretty good deal overall. Because if you set up a micro company correctly here, which you can as a freelancer, then you end up paying around 10% total in taxation and social security. So that's a pretty good deal comparing to what you get in other countries where you're spending at least 25–30% or much more than that. So if you want something in the EU and having your company in Romania is not an issue for your clients, then that can certainly be a good option as a freelancer tax-wise to set up your company, to your business here in Romania or in Brașov.